Hi everyone, it's me, B Atikali Sunflower. So I thought I'd hop on and show you one of my recent decks, and this is called the Bright Future Tarot, and it's created by Saskia Lee Psychic. So Saskia approached me on Instagram and asked me if I'd review her deck and guidebook. So before I show you the deck and guidebook, I'd like to give you a bit of background information about Saskia. So Saskia Lee is a psychic and trained clairvoyant medium, and she acts as a channel or a bridge between the spirit world and the physical world to deliver loving messages. My goal is to bring you the evidence of the continued presence of your loved ones in spirit angels and spirit guides who are watching over you to pass on their loving messages, leaving you feeling uplifted, empowered, and clearer about your future path. Saskia has also got 25 years of teaching tarot cards and workshops online, and she has worked for online services such as the Psychic Sofa and Medium Chat, and has provided readings for people all over the world. She created this deck after receiving a spirit message through a medium friend from her father, who passed away in 2017. So the message that Saskia's father gave this medium was that he wanted Saskia to continue committing to being an artist and a psychic, and also to create her own deck and teach what she knew. And Saskia was able to bring her dad's message to light by bringing this deck to a Kickstarter campaign. Okay. So let's look at the workbook first. The Bright Tarot Future Workbook is an extensive guide to the Bright Future Tarot cards, a 78-card tarot deck that combines ancient symbolism with modern psychology, making learning to read tarot fun, relevant and easy. Tarot expert and clairvoyant Saskia will show you that tarot is a powerful tool for assessing your natural intuition, allowing you to make accurate predictions, improve your relationships, develop your relationship to or with spirit, and learn to nurture your inner being through daily self-care. This workbook will show you that you only need to know 3 things to accurately read cards, and that the feeling, the energy of the cards, and trusting yourself is the key to unlocking your abilities. This workbook contains a full course to take you from beginner to fluency. Okay, so let's see how many pages this workbook consists of. So it's about 249 pages, the book. Let's have a look at the content. So it gives you an introduction, your psychic ability, scarring with your cards, creating a psychic link, creating a reading, telling your own story, the major arcana, the minor arcana, and the court cards, journal and practice exercises, and assessment, answers, and workbooks. So, assessing your intuition, psychic exercises. So this gives you some exercises here on, how to kind of tune into your intuition. The illustrations in this workbook are black and white. Saskia gives you, like an example, 12-card spread. And another spread with the cards turned over. And then she also explains each position in that spread. How to tell your own story through the cards. This is like an interesting spread, the cycle of life. I like this. This is like the numerology aspect of it. And it's got here 2 cycles, first cycle and second cycle. But let's just quickly go through the numbers. Below are the meanings of the numbers. There is more detail in the card meanings. So number 0 means absolute. The absolute, a completely blank slate. We have to reset and go back to the beginning no karma. Number 1, potential. It's the beginning of an idea, a state of being. We have an idea or skill, but unless we do something with it, it's just a potential. Number 2, unmanifest. The unmanifest, the casual realm from which all things come like a seed planted in soil. We can't see it, but we know it's there. This is the state of duality. Number 3, creation. What was unmanifest starts to emerge into material form. Things start to happen in the real world that are tangible. Number 4, consciousness. 4 represents the recognition of identity. We have the ego that separates us from others. 5, change. A bridge or transformer between the casual and physical realms. 6, discrimination. Choice and the ability to make the correct choice and right action. 7, fruition. Our previous actions have brought about a fruition or harvest, or the idea put in place at 3. So number 3 is the creation. 8, attachment. The consequences or karma created by the previous actions are experienced as attachments or bonds that we must work through to absolve and move on. Number 9 is maturation, the final stage before we start the cycle again. Our previous actions create a maturation or consolidation where we are no longer striving. So that's Saskia's kind of numerology. And she talks about the elements here as well. So the elements are the third and final part of the system. They're quite straightforward to master and understand. Pentacles are ruled by the element earth and cover areas of life related to wisdom and self-worth, money and finance, study and exams, paperwork and documents. Swords are ruled by the element of air and they cover areas of life that relate to ego and identity, mind and mental state, discrimination and clarity, communication and opinion, truth or illusion. Cups are ruled by the element of water and they cover areas of life related to bonds and attachments, love and friendships, emotions and family, connection and belonging. Wands are ruled by the element of fire and they cover areas of life related to our true nature, matrix of DNA, our character, the physical body, charisma and confidence, the act of creation. Okay, so then she talks about how you put a reading together. She gives her interpretation of the minor arcana, and then she goes through the minor arcana reading. So for example, the 4, number 0, which is absolute. The element, there's no element here, it's just got not applicable. Keywords: freedom, innocence, independence, non-attachment, free spirit, traveller, journey, adventure. And then the reversed: inhibited, lack of freedom, restricted, pressurized, running before you can walk, foolish actions. And then she gives a longer definition of the card. And Saskia does that for all of the cards in both the major and the minor arcanas. Then she goes on to talk about the tarot journal. So I'll just read a little bit from here. The best way to remember card meanings is to make it personal to you. So she gives you some tips here on how to kind of like journal. And then there's some inner guidance kind of here as well. So she gives 12 inner guidance. So for example, number 1, when you look at the card, what does it make you feel? Number 2, what are your thoughts about the card image? Is there anything in particular that stands out, such as a colour, a symbol or a figure that means something to you? Is there anything you really like or dislike and why? Point 3, when you look at the when you look at the card meaning, is there a time in your life when you went through something similar? Point 4. What were the external circumstances at the time, and did they have an influence? Was there a relationship or a situation that impacted on you? 5. What did you feel inside when you were going through this experience? 6. What were your dominant thought patterns and behaviours? 7. What did you learn from experience? Did it change your views of the world or those around you or yourself? 8. Now that you've been through this experience, would you do anything differently if that happened again? 9. Do you notice a pattern in terms of certain cards, numbers or elements being more prominent in your life? 10. Imagine your friend or spirit guide is observing you. Go through this experience. What advice or compassionate words would they offer you? 11. How did this card help you to process, access and validate your feelings and responses? And 12. If this tarot card had a voice, even if there is no figure in the image, what would the card say to you, and what would your response be? So I feel that Saskia is suggesting that when you learn the cards, that you kind of like, or when you're journaling the cards, that you kind of relate it to real life experiences, because that way you'll be able to remember the card meaning more, or you'll be able to kind of connect to the card meaning more. And then she gives you questions to kind of test your reading ability. I like these. These are multiple choice questions, and there's answers for these as well at the back of the book. So I just give you 2 from each kind of section. Section 1, which is multiple choice questions. Which card may represent things happening slowly? A, Strength. B, the Hangman. C, the Hermit. Question 2. Which card represents a feeling of freedom? The Sun, the Emperor, or the Fool? So I'm gathering that once you've kind of gone through her workbook, this is just a test to see, you know, if you have understandings of what you've read. So love and relationships. Question 1. Which card represents love at first sight? 9 of Cups, Knight of Cups, or 2 of Cups. And which card represents an inspiring and exciting lover? Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, or Page of Cups. Then there's a couple here for career and study. So which card represents passing your exam successfully? Ace of Coins, Knight of Coins, or 6 of Batons? And which card represents a job that uses our natural skills? 6 of Coins, Queen of Coins, or 7 of Coins? Then there's one for finance and resources. Which card represents money coming to you? Ace of Coins, 6 of Coins, or 9 of Coins? What card represents a loan, for example, mortgage, or will it be approved? 6 of Coins, King of Coins, and 4 of Coins. So there's quite a lot. Oh, there's one here called People and Psychology. Which card represents a confident, fun, and outgoing woman? Queen of Coins, Queen of Swords, or Queen of Wands? Which card represents a manipulative or abusive man? Knight of Swords reversed, Queen of Coins reversed, or King of Swords reversed? And there's some for health and well-being. Which card represents tiredness and or exhaustion? Ace of Coins reversed, 3 of Wands reversed, or 9 of Wands reversed. And what card represents a healthy immune system? 9 of Coins, Queen of Coins, or 9 of Wands? And I think at the back, it actually gives you the answers for them. You know, so for the Major Arcana, which was, let me see what that question was. So the question was, which card may represent things happening slowly? And the answer is B and C. So the Hangman and the Hermit. So she kind of gives you all the kind of answers to all those questions that I've gone through. And I think this is a good thing because it gives you it kind of gives you a quiz on your understanding of the cards, and it gives the cards in different perspectives. you know, like career and study, love and relationship, finances, people and psychology, health and well-being. So I think that's a good way to try and memorize the cards. And then she gives you some journal worksheets to work through as well. So this is quite a well written book. So this is the workbook. Okay, so let's go into the deck itself. So Saskia has two decks. She has one with keywords and one without keywords. I chose the one with keywords because I like to see the author's interpretations of the cards, and keywords don't really bother me as such. Just read what Saskia says at the back of the box. So the Bright Future Tarot. The Bright Future Tarot cards are hand illustrated 78 card deck and accompanies workbook that blends ancient symbolism with modern psychology to make learning tarot fun, relevant and easy. Tarot expert and clairvoyant Saskia will show you that tarot is a powerful tool for assessing your intuition, while remaining true to the traditional meaning of each card. A modern interpretation of the core archetypes designed to invoke the way the card feels, rather than memorizing keywords or trying to interpret arcane symbolism. The Bright Future Tarot presents a new way to learn and use tarot, and that teaches you to connect to the way the card feels. Opening the door to assessing your psychic ability, you will learn that tarot is a visual language and a complete system that can be understood in just 3 simple steps. Includes a digital guidebook. I think Saskia did email me a digital guidebook, but I haven't had time to print it out yet. So let's look at the cards in terms of feel and size. Oh, they feel really nice and battery and matty. So this is like a regular kind of RWS card. This is my Banner weight card. So if I do it in terms of size to a regular RWS size, almost the same size, just a tad wider. Looks like it's a little bit wider, but they're just almost the same size, just that much in wideness. Beautiful backs. I like the gradient back of the cards. Gorgeous. So let's just turn these cards around now and flip them through. So as I said before, I chose the deck with keywords because I like to see where the author's coming from, and also the author's kind of interpretations of the cards. So you've got the 4, which is innocence. Magician, potential new beginnings. The Oracle, which would be the High Priestess in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Intuition, unknown. She's looking up there with a face looking up to the moon. Let's see what's just mysterious. The Empress, creation, birth. The Emperor, leadership and structure. I love the way this archetype is wearing different masks. So he's probably got masks as a father, as a businessman. He's got different masks, which shows that he can adapt to different situations and lead them through to fruition. The Hierophant. So the keywords are divine wisdom. And you've got like the Buddhist monk there, meditating. I wonder what this represents. And you've got the light coming down there as well, for the knowledge, spiritual knowledge or whatever. The Lovers, decisions. It's an interesting keyword for the Lovers. I don't know if this is a couple entwined or 2 separate individuals. Let's bring it up closer to the camera. It looks like a couple entwined. Oh no, it's 2 separate couples there. Probably making a decision on whether they want to take the relationship to the next level. The Chariot, success and action. I love how this archetype has got wings on her roller skates. You know, and she's got great control of her movements there. Eight is justice, karma, or the legal system. And like the Rider-Waite-Smith, you know, there's the blindfold and the scales and stuff. The Hermit, seclusion, slow progress. Do not disturb. That's like he's gone into a door, or she's gone into a door. Isolated. Wheel of Fortune, destiny control. Know your destiny. That's interesting, because I don't think that you can control your destiny, personally. I think that destiny is already mapped out. I think you can change it, but I don't think you can control it. Oh, I love this strength card. Courage and desire. So it's like the archetype and the lion are merged together. So that's about embracing your inner strength. Gorgeous. So you've got the Hangman here. So it's like an astronaut. Patience in action. Yeah, I can take those keywords. Death, endings and transformations. Let's go into there. Temperance, maintaining balance. So this person's trying to mix the cocktail and just trying to get the right balance there. The Devil, habitual action guilt. It's got that sign there, don't press. I do like Saskia's keywords, and this deck looks like a very modern kind of feel. So the Tower, breakdown or shock. It's got the times there. The Star, hope, good fortune. It's got hope. I can't read the rest of this thing here. So always have hope, never give up. The Moon, illusion, fear. So it's got the moon and it's got, I don't know whether this is crayfish. No, it's got this fish in the background. It's got here Theatre de Lune. The Sun, harmony, bliss. Judgment, breakthrough, insight. This was my card for today when I done my daily pull. The Universe or the World, opportunity, travel. Okay, so moving on to the minor arcana. So it starts with, I think it's probably going to go backwards. So this is the King of Swords, which is intellectual. But he's also got a shadow side to him as well. There. The Queen of Swords, independent. Very 80s kind of dressing. She's got very strong structure, very upright, you know. This looks like a chessboard, so she always plays her cards right. The Knight of Swords, fighting for a cause. The Page of Swords, changeable actor. The Ace of Swords, truth, intelligence. Tension, opposition. She's got plaster around her mouth. So she's battling with her mind and her thoughts. Three of Swords, arguments, anger. This is an interesting Three of Swords because it looks like this person is being put back together. So the person's broken and they're trying to mend. It's an interesting depiction of the Three of Swords. Four of Swords, solitude, sanctuary. Five of Swords, discussion or persuasion. I like those keywords for the Five of Swords. Six of Swords, analysis, logic. Seven of Swords is mediator and resolution. And Eight of Swords is feeling trapped. See, this woman seems to be bound quite tight, because normally, you know, most RWS Inspire cards, there's always a way to kind of set free. But then, because the swords are up in the air, it could be suggesting that she's trapped by her thoughts or trapped by her mind. And she needs to cut those kind of thoughts or deal with those kind of thoughts. Nine of Swords, inner torture, addiction. And Ten of Swords, endings and grief. Okay, so moving on to the suit of cups. You have the King of Cups, which is compassion. He looks like a stay-at-home dad, doesn't he? Queen of Swords, Cups, nurturing. Knight of Cups, soulmate. I do see the Knight of Cups as a romantic, but soulmate. Okay. Page of Cups, loyal and sensitive. Ace of Cups, unconditional love. Two of Cups, attraction and bonding. There's no people in these cards, just two people bringing their cups together, and you can see that it's got the word love in there. These cards feel really nice. Three of Cups, marriage, commitment. Four of Cups, rejection and self-pity. Five of Cups is atmosphere and portal. And Six of Cups is nostalgia and cleansing. Seven of Cups is fantasy and visualization. See, I always find it interesting on how other people, you know, perceive the cards, and that's the beauty of tarot, that, you know, people have many different interpretations of the cards. Eight of Cups, boredom, moving on. She looks quite strong, doesn't she? I've had enough of this. I'm not taking it no more. Kind of upright posture, just walking away. I'm not having it. And then Nine of Cups, belonging, utopia. Ten of Cups, family and contentment. I love the rainbow and stuff in the cards. Balloons of love. It's like a loving family there. King of Pentacles, businessman. Looks very practical and kind of earthy. Queen of Pentacles, wise woman. I like the way that her glasses are positioned on her face. Looks like she's very focused there. Knight of Pentacles, wisdom stroke planning. Page of Pentacles, student, gambler. Ace of Pentacles, wisdom and wealth. Two of Pentacles, indecision and priorities. You're getting your priorities right, you know, finding that balance. Three of Pentacles, apprenticeship, craft. Gorgeous. Four of Pentacles, stability and status. Let's look at this picture. You know, she's clutching onto her clutch bag there. Because, you know, normally with the Four of Pentacles, you see someone clutching onto their money. Obviously, her money's in her clutch bag. It's quite a designer clutch bag. And she's clutching that bag. And she's got the thing over her face, which means that she doesn't want it to be seen. Wants to be seen that she's holding on to such an expensive bag with probably loads of money in. Five of Pentacles, change. Disruption. See, I always see this card as a poverty card. I suppose there's new growth there, you know. Six of Pentacles, balance, exchange. Seven of Pentacles, work and productivity. So those bees are set into work. Eight of Pentacles, mastery, reputation. Nine of Pentacles, abundance and security. She's opening that door to her world. But there's no person in this one. Normally you see the woman, don't you? And Ten of Pentacles, inheritance and genetics. So moving on to the final suit, which is the suit of Wands. King of Wands, entrepreneur. Queen of Wands, confidence and warmth. Very strong structural faces. Knight of Wands, inspiration and speed. Page of Wands, play, the child. Ace of Wands, passion, initiative. Two of Wands, domination. Three of Wands, creativity. Four of Wands, comfortable home. I like that the home is also alternative, like a tent. Five of Wands, discord. Six of Wands, victory. Seven of Wands, competition. Eight of Wands, momentum. So that looks like a unicorn in that picture, doesn't it? Nine of Wands, resilience. And Ten of Wands, burdened. You can see the word no partially there. I like the deck so far. So what I'm going to do now with this deck is, I will shuffle it for you, but I've got a hand injury and I can't shuffle too good overhand. So I will work with this deck for a few weeks or to the end of the month on Instagram. I'll also do an interview spread of this deck as well via Instagram. And then I will make a final video on my final thoughts on this deck in the month of March. Because I do find it quite difficult to give a full review on a deck that I've never worked with. So that's why I like to have a play of it first before I can give, you know, my thoughts on how this deck worked. I will add Saskia's links to her Etsy shop and her website and stuff in the description bar. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.